and welcome back to the Extremely Casual Gamers podcast with me, Ellie.
Me, Chris.
Me, Guy.
Yeah, it's the casual gaming podcast for the everyday gamer. And today, wherever you're listening, whatever time it is, what we're going to be talking about today is obviously a bit of gaming news from Chris, because that's what we do here.
Yeah.
We've also got, I've had an annoying mechanic in a game really get up my goat, so I want to talk about that. Guy, you're going to review a game?
I'm reviewing a game, a cozy game. I mentioned this last week. A nice little, lovely evening with my wife Meg on Saturday. We bought a brand new cozy game which came out on the weekend.
Right.
Super addicted to it. It's a rad game, very popular right now. We're talking about that.
Just quickly, what's a cozy game? That's one that you snuggle up and...
Cozy game is essentially kind of similar to what we were talking about last week with simulator games, in the sense that there's no risk. There's no risk to it. It's just a cozy little.
There's no.
You do small little things. Okay. You know, it's very nice.
There's no jeopardy or anything.
No, there's no jeopardy. It's just it's a warm feeling game.
Right. Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, looking forward to hearing about that. And Chris, you want to talk about what level in life we are at right now, if we were in a gaming world kind of thing?
Yeah, because I was like, we'll do a gaming related thing, make it real life, make it entertaining, pretend it's an RPG. What level are you at now? Your max level is 20, by the way.
Right, yeah.
So you got to think, what age did I go up a level? Did certain events make me go up? Did I get enough experience points to go up a level?
Yeah.
That sort of chat.
Love it. Looking forward to it. Well, firstly, I want to just announce our last, well, maybe not last.
For now,
deluxe PlayStation Plus subscription winner. Did I say it right?
Nice. Yeah, you
that was
nailed
not
it.
bad. I didn't even read that. This week, our winner is Alex Rude. Thank you so much, Alex.
Oh, rude boy. Sorry. Alex Rude. I bet he's sick of that as well.
Yeah.
Sorry, mate. That sucks. Sorry.
Or could be a woman. Who knows? I haven't actually looked at their profile pic, so who knows?
Is this weird? I've started calling women mate. That's all good,
no,
right?
that's okay.
That's
I like being called mate.
I just call everyone mate.
Yeah, I love it. No, I love being called mate. So yeah, Alex, thank you for entering. And unfortunately, we've got no more at the moment, but we want to try and get some more prizes. So keep listening. Don't just leave now.
I've got a hot lead on some potential gaming gear.
Do you now?
Sort of. And Guy's got a red hot lead on some potential Xbox stuff. So we're going to be pleading.
Red hot.
Yeah.
Red
hot, guys.
Yes.
Hold it with two hands.
Love it. Yeah. So stay tuned for the
prizes.
ambiguous prize that we don't have.
We've got a red hot lead. That's all you need to know.
Also, I just, as we do, wanted to just shout out some listeners and what they've been up to, and we'll talk about what we've been playing shortly. Yep. But first of all, Greg, he's a very frequent listener who's messaging us, and I really appreciate
Good on you, Greg.
Good on you, Greg. But one thing I wanted to point out, off the back of the food chat last week, he discovered that we didn't have pizza rolls in New Zealand. Remember we talked about pizza rolls?
Pizza rolls.
On the
yeah.
Bless Greg, he has sent us a full recipe. So if we want to, if we want to make them, he's put it in the chat for us. And so I just want to say thanks, Greg.
So pizza rolls is an American thing, isn't it?
Yeah,
I guess so. Yeah, it's basically
I think they chuck them in the microwave.
It's croissant cans, which I don't even know what that is. Pizza or pasta sauce, mozzarella, pepperoni. Open the croissant can, unroll and flatten the croissant, and then yum, I want to eat it now.
Croissant in a can.
Yeah, that sounds amazing.
Yeah.
What the heck?
Well, they've got. I know there's dough in a can. I know that's a thing.
Yeah.
So I think they're like pinwheel scones.
Is there dough in a can?
Yeah. Dough can.
Really?
Yeah. Wait.
Can of dough? Don't just say it in a
It's
different
a thing.
way round. And
It's a can of dough. You dough can.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Really?
Oh yeah. I mean, in America, there's everything. Everything's in a can. Everything's in a packet. But I think you can get dough in a can.
So now he's changed it to I think you can. See, look what he's doing here. He's distancing himself from it.
Go in.
I know, because
he's wrong.
Guy loves these horrible pastries from England called Fray Bentos pies.
Don't you dare! Don't you dare!
Which is
say
like
that they're horrible.
Well,
Fray Bentos.
I've never tried one, but it's like a pie about this big, which is about 15 centimeters in diameter, and it's literally pie shaped. A circle pie the can is, and you open it up and there's a pie in there with pastry and mince and that.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
It's delicious.
Yum.
It's like steak and ale, steak and kidney, and you get a can opener, and you take the lid off, and you put it in the oven for like 30 minutes, and it's a pie.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
I actually really want to try one of those.
So do I. That sounds nice.
Delicious.
All right, but yeah, anyway, so bless you, Greg. Thank you for that recipe.
Thanks, Greg,
Now
man.
we can make that, guys, and we can see if it is a good gaming snack.
And dough in a can is a thing.
It is.
Yeah.
Oh, thank goodness.
Yeah.
It's got a picture of it on his computer on the Google
Yeah,
there.
there you go.
Any more shout-outs?
Oh, I've just got one more here from Jory. Jory? I'm sorry if I'm saying your name
how do you spell
incorrectly.
it?
It's Jori.
Oh, yeah, that's Jory.
Is it Jory?
Yeah.
Are you good mates?
Yeah.
Oh, sweet. Okay, so Jory messaged off the back of the simulation chat last week.
Yeah. Right.
They have a friend who used the PC Builder Simulator.
Oh, yeah.
And actually learned how to build a PC.
Oh,
and then built his dream PC.
That's cool.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
Wow.
That just shows you how good simulation games actually
How
are.
accurate they
yeah.
are.
Totally.
Yeah.
Because for me, originally, like the jury was still out.
So he wasn't listening to anything you said.
No, I was.
He heard jury. He goes,
He was waiting
shit,
for the gag.
I've got a joke here. Hurry up and finish going, Ellie. Stop talking.
No,
so I can drop this
You're
zinger.
right.
I listened.
Right.
Jory had a recipe for pizza rolls. All right, I listened to it and I
No,
responded.
that was Greg, you
No, I'm
dick.
joking. I'm joking.
Jury's out on whether that's a good joke or not.
Oh, no.
Hey, can I give a quick shout out? Because I've got all of the stats on the people that listen to our podcast, and it tells you what countries listen to us around the world, right?
Yeah.
And it tells you how many people listen to those countries. I just want to give a quick shout out to the countries where there is only one listener.
Right.
Oh my gosh,
Right?
yes, bring it
But
on.
the thing is, imagine being that listener and then us giving you. So if you are listening to this podcast and you are in Mexico, Poland, Qatar, Sweden, or Thailand, if you are in those countries listening, hit us up on Instagram, Extremely Casual Gamers Podcast, and give us a shout out. Tell us who you are. I'd love to know who those 5 people are in those countries: Mexico, Poland, Qatar, Sweden, and Thailand.
I also think we had one listener from West Virginia as well. That's my mate
Yep.
Sean. He's actually married to my wife's sister. So we're basically family.
Oh,
But
you
Guy
are.
was like, we've got one listener in West Virginia. I was like, oh, yeah, sorry, man.
There's
That's
a country
More
road
family.
joke in there.
yeah, unfortunately, he's part of my family. And Ellie's family, which, by the way, is massive.
Oh,
Yeah.
widespread across the world, it turns out.
Yeah. One last shout out from me, James, who messaged me on Instagram the other day saying, hey, you inspired me to play again. And it was him booting up The Witcher 3.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
yes.
So James Manx, shout out, mate. And then I said, see you in 100 hours once you've finished. And to be honest, that's me being generous. It's like when I finish that game, it takes me 200 hours all up to finish The Witcher completely.
Wow.
Yeah, it takes ages.
That is a lot of hours.
It takes me like 2 weeks.
What?
I'm joking. I wish. That'd be good.
Well, speaking of, what have you been playing this week, Chris?
I've been playing The Witcher 3.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And it will be the same. It'll be the status quo for a while. But Guy and I promised we'd have hilarious anecdotes because we're going to be playing the same games for quite a while.
Yeah.
Here's my hilarious anecdote. So, in The Witcher 3, you have to decide who you want to date out of the 2 main witches.
Yes.
It's part of the storyline. There's Yennefer of Vengerberg and there is Triss Marigold.
Now I remember you saying that last time you played this, you chose Yennefer. Or
That's
was it
right.
The other way around.
And because Yennefer's the one in the books and in the TV series, Yennefer's your main love interest. But in the games, Geralt has amnesia, doesn't know who he is or where he is, falls in love with Triss. And I prefer Triss because Yennefer's, I don't know, she's too bossy and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And so I was like, you know what? I'm gonna pick Triss Marigold in this one. And so I had to break up with Yennefer, which was I'm not a guy that breaks up with people often.
Yeah, right. Do you get dumped usually? Is that way?
I'm usually the dumpy
He's had like
Yeah.
one girlfriend since I've known him.
guy.
Sorry, continue.
I'm married to that girlfriend now. All right. That was my best way out. Was just to get further in. So there's this, and if you've played the. No, that wasn't a sex joke either. don't hey-oh my wife who you've known for over a decade. Nah, it's pretty funny though. So there's this quest you have to do where you find this magical being that magically connected you to, and then you release the spell. And basically her idea is if I get rid of the spell that's been on us for years, I can figure out if this thing we have is real or if it's just the spell.
Oh, yeah.
So you get rid of it. It's a big battle, and then she's just like, "Oh my god, the spell worked. I still love you." And then
You have to be like,
hey. And the options that appear on the screen are there's 2 of them. I love you too.
Yeah.
Or sorry, but I don't want to be with you anymore.
Oh.
And so you've done this romantic thing together. She's poured her heart out, and then I was just like, come on, that's pretty brutal. Was there not one in the middle that's like, it's not
option
you,
3.
it's me?
Option 3, check genitals.
Yeah. Throwback to episode 7, by the way. Absolute doozy. And so I said, sorry, but I don't want to be with you anymore, but I felt terrible. And she just goes, right, cool. Well, I'm glad we sorted that then. Okay. And I was like, oh, I feel terrible. This is why I didn't break up with my wife. And no, I'm just joking, babe. No, she doesn't listen to this. She hates gaming. But it was just like this weird situation where I genuinely felt terrible.
Bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So well done, writers and game developers, for making me feel seriously sad.
Got him.
Guy,
about you?
hilarious anecdote.
Ghost of Tsushima, been jamming that at the moment. It's getting real deep into it. And there's a huge part of Ghost of Tsushima because you play a samurai. So the whole kind of thing about being a samurai is like you fight with honor. So there's a huge part of it where if you're going through the countryside and you see some Mongols, it pops up on screen saying if you press up, it gives you a standoff, right? And that's where you have like this showdown against, you announce that you're there, and then the Mongols he's just about to have a strike at you, and you've got to time it so that when he's about to strike, you release triangle and you slice him, and then another guy comes over just as he's about to, and you slice him, right?
Gotcha, yeah.
So as you progress up, you originally start with being able to kill 2 people, and then you can go to like 4, right?
Right.
So
all in yellow. Boom.
Yeah.
Boom, boom, boom.
So
okay.
yeah,
I'm
right?
visualizing
you
it.
can do that, or you can just run at them and just hack away.
Yeah.
So I was doing it, and there was a standoff, and it was literally just 3 guys. First one, sliced him up. Second one, sliced him up. Third one, like the AI of the game makes them charge at you. He just stood there. And I'm like waiting. And the thing is with the game is that if you press too late or too soon, then it
fails it.
It fails it, and then that guy actually hits you, and you go to like basically no health.
Is that what was happening in that video you said?
So I sent the video in the group chat because I was like, sliced him, and the third guy's just standing there, and I'm like, the game's just glitching. So what's going on here? It's like he just didn't charge at me. So I started taking a video, and I was like, so if I just hit strike now, what's going to happen? So I do it, and then he's just like, gotcha! And then he slices me up. I'm like, what the hell? And then because I'm not really playing, he stabs me and kills me.
Oh, that's not fair, is it?
I tried to fight with honor, and he stood there the whole time. We're like, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. And then,
he pranked you.
and he got me.
Oh, that is a hilarious anecdote. I am wetting my pants.
Thing is, yeah.
No, that is funny.
No.
it is.
I'm explaining a video. Like it's a very visual thing.
I know.
Ellie's very good at making you feel terrible about yourself.
Sorry.
I wasn't going to say.
I actually appreciated it. I was just kind of making
I
a
loved that
joke.
anecdote, man.
Thank you.
No, same. I
Hey,
actually did.
tell you what, we'll put the video up on our Instagram story.
Okay, we'll do that.
There we go.
Oh, thank God.
No, it's not. It's bullshit.
Yeah, don't.
No, what Ellie's
What?
like. Now, just
Hang on. Because
What?
also, we said this week that Ellie was going to bring a hilarious anecdote because you've been playing the same game since we started the podcast.
I have, actually. And do you know what's funny and hilarious, in fact, is that I didn't actually play It Takes Two this week, but I played another game, and I do have a hilarious anecdote from that one.
Let's hear it.
Even though it's a new game that I haven't talked about before.
All right.
So I've actually started playing a game which I had played before many years ago, 3 years ago, Detroit Become Human. Have you ever played this?
heard of it.
I've heard of it, not played it.
Love it. So I played it about 3 years ago, but didn't finish it, forgot about it, lost the disc. It was one of my friends, and so I had this anxiety for like 3 years that I'd lost their disc. But I found it the other day, and I was like, oh, amazing. I'm going to play that again because I really enjoyed it. Basically, it's about being in the future, and you're controlling like robots, what they're called androids. Anyway, really buzzy concept. Side quest. We have a PS4 at home. When we got our PS5, for some reason, Sam and I just put the PS4 like in a cupboard.
Yeah,
I don't
I
know.
did
We
the
just
same.
we just put it away.
Same.
I had this thought after the podcast when you were talking about cozy gaming the other day, and I was like, why don't I put the PS4 in our bedroom? And then we have 2 PlayStations.
Oh my
one
God.
in the lounge,
Yeah.
one in bed. So I set the PlayStation up in bed, and I do not regret it. So I've been playing heaps of Detroit Become Human just in bed, feeling really cozy. Long story short, we've got 2 controllers, my one and Sam's one. I've been using my one. Sweet. Yesterday I was playing it, and there was a certain command that just wouldn't work. And I would have looked like a rat in a lab trying to like, push this button, and it just wasn't working.
Yeah.
I was getting so annoyed. I was like, why is this not working? Drove myself crazy, and then suddenly it would do it. And I'm like, what did I do differently that time that it worked? And I seriously was like trying to just do this command for like 10 minutes at a time, 3 times. And I was like, what's going on? Anyway, Sammy gets home. I'm like, I don't know what's going on here, but like, I can't use this command.
I can't push the button.
I can't push the buttons. And I'm using your controller. And he's like, oh yeah, no, the right analog stick's fucked. And I'm like, oh.
Damn.
So this whole time, I thought it was the game bugging out, but it was actually just his
You bugging
shit
out.
controller. It was me.
So, hilarious anecdote, by the way. And so
Thanks,
did...
bro.
It doesn't feel good, does it?
It doesn't.
Yeah.
I hate this.
Let's just call them anecdotes because it takes the pressure off
Yeah,
of being
please.
hilarious.
Please.
They might be shit. But they were all great, in my opinion. So, was his right analogs, did he say why it was broken? Was it from him doing so many 360 no-scopes in COD?
Probably. No, it was probably from like Tony Hawk Skater or something. I don't know. But
Sweet.
it's like it gets stuck. So when you're trying to swipe to the right of the analog,
Yeah.
it will get
will
stuck.
stay.
but it doesn't feel like it's getting stuck.
Yeah.
So that's
Right.
what's getting confused. I was like, this is working. This
I reckon
is fine.
it's like twisties or like Cheezels dust.
Oh,
in
maybe.
there.
Wouldn't happen if you're eating cookies, eh, guy?
Ah, yes.
You're eating chocolate chip cookies. That'd be fine.
Kid, just quickly, real fast. I said before the podcast that you can bring up what my new addiction is.
Yes.
Oh, sorry, I didn't bring it up. Sorry.
Yeah, no,
Chris,
that's all right. I
what's
just
your new
remembered.
We don't know what it
addiction?
was. We don't know where to shoehorn it in.
Exactly.
Well, when you said cookies, I was like, that's right, my new addiction. So,
Okay.
Guy has discovered an addiction to a dark brand of beer from Ireland. All right?
Yes.
Stuff you
interesting.
drink on St. Paddy's Day.
Ah, yes.
My new
Freaking
addiction.
delicious.
And the thing that brought it up for me was like, you were like, I've only got one left of my 6-pack at home, and you were gutted about it.
Yeah.
I have become addicted to supermarket pinwheels. The savoury ones with cheese and ham in them.
Well done.
Oh, yeah?
Because what happens is, you know how I told you about the whole toasted sandwich in the soup hack?
Oh, yeah.
Pinwheel and the soup hack's a whole different ballgame.
Oh, yum.
I bought 4 bladders of these different soups. They're all in my fridge, and I bought like
Just call them packets. I
Yeah,
feel
sorry,
like
I really jarred on the bladders thing.
I understand why. I understand why you might call them a bladder, but just call them a packet like a
Sorry.
normal person.
God. It's like you're like squeezing out this
I
bladder.
wasn't squeezing it out.
Mate, what's for dinner? Oh, I got a couple of bladders on the way home.
Yeah.
Oh, I love a pumpkin bladder.
Who calls it bladder? Sorry, continue.
Spicy pumpkin. And so I've got 4 packets of soup in the in the fridge there, and I've got a 4-pack of pinwheels. I was like 1 pinwheel per soup packet.
Yeah, of course.
No,
I've
oh,
already
no.
eaten 3. So much so that the other day I was going to the supermarket to get mayonnaise, and I came out with an extra 4-pack of pinwheels, and Lucy was genuinely like, babe, have you got a new addiction? And I was like, I think I do. Hello, I'm Chris, and this is your news bulletin for today on the ECG podcast.
I love how you were trying to be professional. Sounded great, and then just.
The reason I went,
6 o'clock news, and he just says that.
because I had it all. I was going to read the whole thing like a newsreader, and then I saw that my first thing I've written down is give Starfield a shout out. Shout out to Starfield. The reason I want to shout out Starfield is because they've already got 6 million players playing the game after a week or whatever it is. It's the biggest Bethesda release of all time, so that's awesome. And also, we uploaded a video about bugs the other day, which made me look like I was having a go at Bethesda and their buggy game.
Yeah.
What I was actually saying was they hired a game company to get rid of all the bugs, and this is the least buggy Bethesda game that's ever been released.
Yeah.
Which is a big deal.
Was that in my edit? Sorry, did I make you
No,
look
no,
worse?
not at all.
Sweet, yeah.
And that defamation lawsuit. I'm going to drop it. But I was just like, you know what? Full credit. Everyone's playing it at the moment except for us because we don't have
Totally.
Xbox. And I'm very jealous of them, so that's great. All right, so shout out to Starfield.
Woo.
Now, someone has already figured out a bug, and Guy, you made me aware of this earlier this week, that you can make your spaceship untouchable to space pirates by deleting out, because you can design your spaceship any shape you want. If you make it so it doesn't have a center, the AI is designed to target the center of your ship.
Oh.
And so someone made a ship, which is basically, picture a dice, right? A cube.
Yeah.
However, there's nothing on the inside. It's just the lines that
Just
you
the
would
framework
the
of it.
frame of a dice
yes,
that you
yes.
would use to draw a dice. That is
Yes.
what they have made. And so they can't target your ship at all because it's just a big empty cube space in the middle.
Oh, right.
And that means that no one can shoot your ship.
Yeah.
So it's pretty amazing. Someone's already figured that out.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
My TikTok algorithm is just feeding me a whole bunch of Starfield content. And like you were saying, how you can just make ships. People are, really cool thing is that they're recreating iconic ships
Yes.
from other space-related video games and movies. You know, the Millennium Falcon. You've got some Pelicans from Halo. Even the Futurama,
Oh, wow.
courier ship.
Yeah.
And one I saw, like, I don't know, just before I was leaving for this, is that somebody just made one that's just basically just like a flat rectangle, but the top right of it is red, and then the rest of it's blue, and they've just made it like the American flag.
Oh, God.
With like all of these guns, and then they just put that Team America music in the background. And it's just them going around space and a giant American flag
That's
shooting
funny.
down
That's
pirates.
clever.
That
That's
is
creative.
good. Feel free to, if you're playing Starfield at the moment and you've got any awesome ship creations, feel free to send it to Extremely Casual Gamers Podcast on Instagram there. We'll give you a bit of a shout out. Right, so that's the first piece of news. Also, shout out to Redditor Morphalath, who was the guy who figured this out. So that's a big shout out. Here is your second piece of news, and full disclaimer, this is a rumor. However, a leak has occurred, and it's regarding Grand Theft Auto 6, which is possibly the most anticipated game of all time. No, it's been in development for a long time. It's been like a decade since Grand Theft Auto 5. The rumor is that this game will have 400 hours of gameplay, and that's the game, not online. Did you see this rumor too?
I saw this rumor and blew my mind.
400 hours of gameplay, which is great. Two Witcher 3s. First of all, I'm calling bullshit. Like, it's a well-developed RPG. You're lucky to get 150 hours.
Yeah, wow.
For a game like Grand Theft Auto to have 400 hours, that's a yarn, I reckon. However, the second part was that it will require 750 gigabytes of space on your console.
750 gigabytes?
Gigabytes.
Wait, so that's nearly a terabyte?
Yes.
Just for the game?
Just for the game.
So you have to delete every single other game you have?
Wow.
No problem for me.
Yeah, true. Guys, uninstalling them like
keep
going
a clean
out of
drive.
I mean, no problem for you, guy. Having said that, your PS5 has 825 gigabytes of storage.
Yep.
160 is reserved for system files, which means 665 is left, which means you can't download Grand Theft Auto.
With the PlayStation 5, and I'm pretty sure it's the same for like Xbox Series X, is when you can buy an additional, like, there's a part of the PlayStation that's
SSD.
Yeah, like an SSD. So you can actually just pop off the thing, chuck it in there, and you get like an extra terabyte, which is great. But those things are worth like they're like
that's a lot of
$200.
money.
And you'd have to be a massive nerd to do that.
Chris has done it.
I did it the day I got my PlayStation. Yeah. It was a 1 terabyte one. You have to put a heat sink and stuff on it. It made me feel like a PC builder.
Oh, yeah.
While also just being a massive console noob as well. So, storage not an issue for old Keezy. So that's good.
That does seem like a yarn.
That's a yarn too.
I feel like it'll definitely be a large download file. It'll definitely have a large storyline and playable hours. But it would be detrimental to them. And I feel like PlayStation and Xbox just would flat out say no, make your game smaller.
Yes.
Otherwise, no one's gonna buy it.
Well, it won't be playable on PlayStation. It will be playable on Series X Xbox, which comes with a 1 terabyte hard drive. And then they have about 198 gigabytes for system files, which means they've got 802 gigs available.
So you can't play it.
You have to delete everything. So there's no way that's going to happen. And also 400 hours is a massive yarn. So if you ask me, don't even put this in the gaming news. Now that I've had a chance to think about it. Total yarns, but...
Well, to gaming rumors.
Yes. But if it were to happen, it would be a disgrace.
All right.
Did you hear that there was a potential Hogwarts Legacy DLC coming out soon?
Why did I hear this? Did you tell me this? No. I can't remember. It's ringing a bell.
But I think also Hogwarts Legacy 2 has basically been confirmed as well.
Oh, right.
Yeah. I hope that when they do that, it's not the same as what you can do with the first one where you like create your person and give them a name and shit.
Yeah.
I just hope that they just give us a protagonist and that's who we play as.
Yeah.
Give us like 4. Like
Yeah.
you can choose one that's a Slytherin, a Hufflepuff, whatever, and then they've all got different things. I don't want to have to fucking design one.
Yeah, right.
It's stupid.
Interesting, yeah.
What?
I couldn't disagree with you more. But this is a
No,
great
the thing
topic.
is, but you haven't
Yeah,
played.
this is actually
Not
a good
now, though.
chat.
Let's not do it now.
You haven't played the game though, because what happens in the first one is that you come in as a first. You've never been to Hogwarts before, but you're a 5th year, right?
Yeah.
So you're not some dweeby little first year, but you're also you're at a relatively like playable age of being able to do the things that you do.
Yeah.
But because you're a newbie, all of your classes that you go to, you're learning all of these new spells, but everyone in your class should already know them. So you're going to like the levitation class. So, but the way that they write it is like, now, I'm sure you will remember, but in case you forgot, and then they just say a simple spell that you would have learnt in the first year.
I see.
Yeah,
And they just keep repeating that.
Yeah.
So the realism is what gets you.
Yeah, the realism in a
castle.
castle. Yeah, where there's a dog with 3 heads.
I
and
get what
yeah,
you're
yeah.
saying, though. I get what you're saying.
It just seemed it was quite a repetitive mechanic of just like now, and also because you would choose your own name, the dialogue in the game they would just say, now this student here, instead of just like if there was given a name, the dialogue would say, no, Ellie's a really good wizard.
Yeah.
It was like,
Wow,
yes,
she's more of a witch, but all good.
they say wizards.
Is everyone a wizard?
Everyone's a wizard.
Oh, really?
Yeah, is that actually true? I didn't notice that.
Well, it's different from the books. All good, though. All
Yeah.
good.
Just a little.
Little
Yeah,
bonus
right.
tidbit there. If that piece makes the cut, it's because Guy does the editing.
Okay, so as I just explained, I have started a new game. And I'm actually quite proud of myself. I'm doing 2 games at once at the moment, although I didn't play It Takes 2 this week.
But you are still you're still progressing through it. You haven't got given rid of it.
Haven't deleted it like you would. And
Sorry, you haven't given rid of it.
I've had half a beer.
Guy's a little bit drunk.
Yeah, no, I haven't deleted it. Still really keen. Still want to find the last 3 bits of the letter.
You got to get to the moles.
Yeah, well, exactly. I'm waiting for the moles. I really want to get there. But
Hey, here's a theory. Ellie's not going to finish that game.
you know what? You could be right.
Yeah,
Who knows?
I don't think she's already on to another game. She's not finishing it.
No, I will.
Righto.
I will finish it. And I actually want to see how it ends. But I decided to put the PS4 in the old room, as I said, and play Detroit Become Human, which I really, really, really enjoy. But one thing that really got to me while I was playing it is one character in particular can't run. So
is he in a wheelchair?
no, I'm not that horrible.
Right.
Does he have diabetes and they took his foot?
Exactly.
Yeah.
No.
So is he okay?
So there's like these androids you're playing, and it's only in certain scenes that this one character can run, but then most of the other characters you play, because you're essentially playing 3 storylines at once.
Right, okay.
But they can't run. And
That's
I've been
frustrating.
like pushing down my analog to see if it'll run, pushing it forward.
Are you sure
and
it's not broken?
Yeah, I was going to say.
Good point. Maybe I broke it.
Imagine next week. All right, guys, so I played with a different controller. Just disregard everything I said last week.
That's a good point. No, this was on my controller that I don't believe is broken. And I have a low patience. I have low patience.
patience.
I'm impatient.
That's the one. That's
God,
what I
we're
wanted
really
to
struggling
say.
with words tonight,
Oh
eh?
my God. I'm very impatient. I also have ADHD, so I need constant reward stimulation. And when there's a little bit of a walk to the next thing that you need to find, I actually get really annoyed. And I don't know if that's like rational or not, because really I'm only waiting an extra maybe like 3 seconds overall to get there if I could run versus not. But it really annoys me, and I don't understand why you wouldn't let the character just walk a bit faster.
Random. Right,
Yeah.
so is
Have you
this...
had that before?
I get it.
Yeah, it really annoyed me, and it makes me want to stop because I get too bored in that one moment. Wow.
Yeah, right.
I have a bad attention span.
I think you're a good representation of the modern person.
Thanks. Yeah.
Honestly, I think you are. So, is the game is it like quite linear, quite a lot of cutscenes and action and stuff, and then all of a sudden boring walking?
Sort of, yeah. You've got to
Yeah.
try and explore your environment, which I don't mind moseying about, but I still want to be able to run between like the
yeah.
next point. You know,
Can you
I
go-
don't actually want to walk.
Can you get like an android horse and hop on that or anything?
No, I don't think we can. I haven't seen an android horse.
That's going to be my suggestion.
Yeah, right. No horsies. But you just have to deal with it.
That sucks.
And it's frustrating. And I just wanted to know, have there been any times in a game where you guys there's been a mechanic or a thing? It's sort of like your Witcher thing with the narration, where you almost want to
talk
stop
out
it.
loud, yeah.
Yeah. Is there anything else like that that you've encountered in your life where you're just like, this is going to make me stop?
I mean, it didn't make me stop, and I'm glad it didn't because it's my all-time favorite game. But when I first started playing Red Dead Redemption 2, the mechanic is essentially where you have to be, if you're in a hot climate, make sure you're not wearing a jacket because otherwise you get too sweaty. And the same with if you're in a cold environment. And so basically the realism kind of threw me for a bit. You have to be always eating and you've got to make sure your stamina's up and stuff like that. And cleaning your guns as well. Like your guns get dirty after time and then that could affect how they shoot. When I first started playing the game, I was like, this is a little bit too much, a bit unnecessary. And then I played the game for maybe another 3 or 4 hours and I just loved everything about it. And I was like, you know what? I'm glad I stuck to it because then I'm the kind of person that's like, oh, hang on, my stamina's down. Better have some beans. my revolver's a bit dirty, so I'm just going to
So you went
clean
the
it.
other way. You went like
I went the
neurotic
complete
on it.
opposite way. But
Yeah,
at the
nice.
start, I was like, this is too much.
Yeah.
It doesn't need to be here. And then I got really sucked into it.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
loved it.
nice.
That game is a slow burn, isn't it? It's
Big
like
time.
everything just takes its time, which is fine. What I thought was interesting there is you and I, despite having gamed a lot together, we're very different in what we like.
Yeah.
I cannot think of anything better than if someone puts me in a hardcore scenario where I have to eat, sleep, drink, and like be as realistic as possible. I love that for some reason.
No, I love it now, but I think just that particular game, maybe in that particular mood. I mean, it was during lockdown and COVID. Maybe I wasn't in the best headspace. Maybe I just wanted to be out in the world
Yeah,
because I was
maybe.
so sick of being inside.
Yeah. So, okay, that's interesting, and I'm glad you came around to it. Because the reason I brought that up is the game that I'm going to mention, I also grew to love. It's a game called, and you guys won't have played it, but someone out there might have. Give us a shout out on the Instagram, Extremely Casual Gamers Podcast, if you have played this game. Kingdom Come Deliverance.
Oh, is that the end of the sentence?
The
way you said
Kingdom
that.
Come Deliverance.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's it.
Yeah.
Kingdom Come Deliverance.
Have you heard of it?
Nope.
Sweet. All right. Well, here comes the shit yarn. So,
Oh, I can't wait. Go.
so Kingdom Come Deliverance is, and so I get really fired up for an RPG where you're put in a world and you have to make choices and develop a character. I love it.
Yeah.
Witcher, Skyrim, Fallout's back in the day, not so much the new ones. I'm excited for Cyberpunk because that's the kind of games that those are.
Starfield you'd get right into if you had an
totally.
Xbox.
Yeah, Starfield, massive. Get into it. So I was like, I'd finished The Witcher one day like years ago, and I was like, oh, there must be another game like this. And I Googled it. It was like, what do you play if you like The Witcher and Skyrim? It's a game called Kingdom Come Deliverance, which was developed like 5 years ago. It's quite old. Developed by a Czechoslovakian company or Croatian company, I think it might be, that decided to make as realistic as possible of a medieval game. You are not the chosen one. You're a piece of shit. You're basically a peasant who can't read, can't write, cannot fight, and is placed in...
So relatable for you.
A realistic medieval world. Oh, massively relatable. I can't write. Wait, fight, sorry. That was a genuine mistake.
You can't even speak, bro.
So you're placed in the thing. And so their whole thing is realism. So when you fight, it's in first person. People are coming at you. You have to move the stick in ways that you'd move your sword and blah, blah. And you have to shoot your bow and arrow, but there's no little dot on the screen.
Oh, yes, no little
Also,
reticle.
no aim.
Reticle, exactly, in the middle of the screen. No little dot, which you put on people's head.
Yeah.
It is just a bow which you pull back, and you have to sort of look and judge where you think the arrow might go.
Interesting.
Yeah, and so it got, and this is how frustrating it got. I put a piece of blue tack on the screen.
Did you actually?
Where the reticle would be.
I've seen people do this.
Yes.
Did you actually?
You have to, otherwise it's impossible. Because you'd be like, oh, kill the bloody humans are coming for you, and you got to shoot them, and then you're just missing and firing it all over the place. So that almost made me stop, but I found a hack, and then eventually I'm so good now that I know there's two sections of the bow that they cross over at sort of where the reticle would be.
Oh, yeah.
So now I don't need it.
Oh, nice.
But when I first started, I did that. So it made me almost quit, but I didn't.
Well,
Nice.
Just give it a Google.
Oh, yeah.
It's got 9 out of 10 on Steam, 8 out of 10 on IGN.
Oh, great
but also,
game.
when I Google it and go to images, the first suggestion that comes up is romance.
Oh, God.
Which
Yeah, there's a
might
lot
be-
of bathhouse action. So, but
Once again, a
Guy.
mechanic. Once again, part of a game that he doesn't
Oh,
mention.
yes.
It's quite consistent with our
small
friend Chris.
part of the game, all right? I don't want to be pegged as some guy who's just going a digital bloody... Anyway, Ellie, is there anything else? Is there anything else you wanted to say about this topic? of
No, I
yours,
just
or-
wanted you to finish that sentence.
Yeah, okay, cool. No, we'll just stop there.
Heard him say pegged and guy. So my wife and I, every single month, this is a little insight into our relationship, guys. Something we've started doing this year is that we have 2 date nights a month, and we rotate on who does what each month.
Nice.
One's an indoor date night where one of us thinks of something fun to do at home, and the other one is usually just dinner at a restaurant. So
Cute.
this month, I'm doing the dinner at a restaurant. It was Meg's turn to do the indoor date night. So on Saturday, this week, this is more just a brag at how awesome my Saturday night was. She got us a new game to play on Nintendo Switch, which I'm about to get into.
Cute.
She got me a 6-pack of this delicious dark beer that is from Ireland. That's my new favourite obsession. And she got a whole bunch of hot chips from the chippy up the road. And she got 9
Pinwheels.
different mugs with different gravies in them. And she sat there and goes, we're going to taste test every single one of these gravies. And then the best ones we're going to put on the chips with a whole bunch of cheese. And we made poutine.
Wow.
Oh my
Right?
gosh,
So we did like
love
a-
Meg.
so
Can
instead
I
of-
date her, please? Oh, what a
You're welcome
great
to.
wife.
She's wonderful. And so we did like a wine tasting for gravy, and we wrote down our favorites, and then we put them, and we made poutine, and then I poured myself a cold beer, and we sat and we played a cozy game that came out this weekend called Fae Farm. Right?
Okay, yeah.
And you might see this pop up on your social medias because it has been a highly anticipated cozy game. Actually, there's like 6 or 7 cozy games coming out in September. So if you've got a Nintendo Switch, look into it. But essentially, a cozy game, and it says here, I've just looked up on a website to sort of explain what it would be, offers a counterpoint to the often chaotic world of mainstream gaming, and it became incredibly popular during COVID with Animal Crossing New Horizon, right?
Would Stardew Valley count?
Stardew Valley is
'Cause I've played that.
Stardew Valley is a cozy
You're just
game.
a farmer.
Yeah, and that's what most cozy games are at the moment, is some sort of like farming simulator. So Fae Farm is very similar. You are a traveler that turns up on this island. It's already an established island with all these different shops and people and stuff like that, and you create your own farm, and you craft things, and you mine things, and you fish. But the thing is, there's no real downside. There's no these like real stressful battles.
Yeah, right.
You just make things. You get pets. So you're like, I've got a current like their game's version of a sheep and some chickens, and you just make sure that they're fed and you pat them and you've got to brush them. So it's just all of these real intense things, but it's incredibly rewarding.
Oh.
Right. It's so calm.
Yeah, I feel calm listening,
Yeah.
actually.
Why? Sorry to interrupt the calmness.
No.
with my
Join in.
Very nasally voice. Why do they have their game's version of a sheep? Did they not afford the copyright for an actual
Well,
sheep?
I think it's just to. Fair enough. I don't know. It's all part
They've
of
got
the
weird
intrigue.
names
There's magic involved,
Right,
right?
okay.
So there's some magic and there's like some things that are taking over the island and you've got to explore.
Right.
In this game, Fae Farm, there's all of these villages that are already on the island and they're all lovely and they say hi to you and whatnot. But you can talk to them heaps and then you develop friendships, which is
This
cool.
is Stardew Valley. This sounds like Stardew Valley.
This is the thing with Fae Farm. They've taken all of the best bits from Stardew Valley and they've taken all the best bits from Animal Crossing and they've just put it into this game and they've got rid of all the crap. I played Animal Crossing and so did my wife. We both had a Nintendo Switch and we would sit in bed during COVID lockdown and we do Animal Crossing. We loved it. Animal Crossing sold 40 million copies that year because everybody was doing it.
Yeah,
but
wow.
there are some things about the game that I hate. Fae Farm don't do it.
Wow.
Yeah.
What's an example that you
Example of it. So in Animal Crossing, right? So you get a pickaxe or an axe to break down rocks. You use those rocks to craft things, right? But after a certain amount of time after chopping, your axe breaks. Same
Right.
with like your net when you catch bugs, that breaks, right?
Right,
And then
okay.
you can get different levels of it, so they last longer. But instead, in Fae Farm, once you've got it, it just doesn't break. So you don't.
Cool.
So I'm not whacking away at a tree, and I'm sitting there thinking, how many more whacks in this axe have I got before I have to renew it?
I
right?
see, yeah,
So it just
yeah.
takes away that sort of
like consequence and
anxiety,
Yeah.
consequence.
Because
Yeah,
that
I
was
see.
the main gripe people had with Zelda,
Yeah,
Breath of the Wild.
that's
and,
right. Yeah,
Yeah, those two games, amazing, highly rated, but people got quite sick of the swords breaking all the time. And
Totally.
Stuff. Yeah, okay, that's interesting.
right.
By the way, I thought it was BS when you said that they'd sold 40 million copies, considering I just congratulated Bethesda on having 6 million.
yeah.
I just Googled it. The Animal Crossing franchise has now sold over 78.38 million copies worldwide.
So there was Animal Crossing that came out years ago.
Yeah.
Animal Crossing New Horizon
oh, really?
is the most recent one.
Yeah, okay.
But
Holy
yeah, that's
cow.
still 40 million.
That's crazy,
Wow.
man. Nintendo
Yeah.
is operating on another level, though.
Oh, big time. So the thing, what's cool about cozy games is like it's inclusive. It appeals to all levels of gamer. You don't have to be somebody who's been playing video games for years.
Love that.
And there's no real consequence to you being a shit gamer.
Yeah.
Like if you aren't very good at gaming, you play a cozy game and you get that reward the same as if somebody who's been playing video games for 20 years.
I need
Nice.
to look into this because I've never ever like every game I play is Jeopardy. There's some shit happening
Yeah,
and I need
totally.
to fix it. you
Yeah,
know?
right.
So I might try this because this could be a way. And I said I'd do it last week, but some way of getting my wife into gaming would be
I
nice.
really do
Yes.
think. And speaking of, so I asked my wife Meg, who's she doesn't play video games all the time, but she likes to watch me play. She does have her Switch and she does play, she
Yeah.
plays a lot of cozy games, right?
Yeah.
So I asked her for a review, right? So she said the coziness of the game is the main focus. Things like making friends, relationships, knowing if it's a rainy day, but a hot tea will warm you up and give you energy, right? So if it's
Oh, wow.
raining, your character's like shivering and they've got a sad face. You make yourself a little hot tea at your drink station and then you've got a smile on your face.
Yeah, that's so good. I mean, I'd make a sweater personally, but all good.
You have to let your chickens get fresh air to feed them, and then you get eggs. When you catch bugs, they make a point of saying that the nets are soft, so you don't have to worry about the bugs. Like, there's just all these small added details.
Nice.
There's a lot of it that isn't farming. The town is already pre-made and homely instead of a bare island, which can be overwhelming at the beginning. The days are quick, 24 minutes, which means you don't have to wait long for things to grow or replenish. So yeah, every
That's good.
every
good.
second is a minute.
Yeah.
There's enough action to keep my gamer husband interested, and the NPCs are sweet and all move about with their own story.
Cute.
So, for example, when in order to make something, you have to build something else. In order to build that, you need to have this. So, for example, if I want to just make wallpaper for my house,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I have to make sure I've got paper. In order to have paper, I need to make sure that I've got the mill or the decorating station. But in order to have the decorating station, I need to have lumber. And in order to have lumber, I need a lumber station. And in order to have and then like all these things. But you're
Wow.
like, it sounds real overwhelming.
Just
but
paint
But
it.
it's not. It's just a process.
just get some Dulux.
I reckon.
But you do all these things and you just potter around the island.
yeah, fun.
So
Okay.
There are quests that you do with the islanders.
You are
Yeah.
describing Stardew Valley.
Yeah, no, I am.
Like 100%.
Yeah, and that's it's Stardew Valley and Animal Crossing combined. All of these other
Right.
farm simulator cozy games. Fae Farm is just like them, but in my opinion, a lot better.
Right.
Okay, good to
So
know.
you can get it now on PC and Nintendo Switch. And I think it's a really good game for, like your example, Chris, your wife, who isn't into gaming, but the two of you would probably have a good time playing it.
That's good. That's nice. Just also another hack for anyone out there who's not played Stardew Valley. It was originally like a PC game. It is now available on your iPhone. You can pay $10 New Zealand. I don't know how much it is over in the US or whatever, but it is the best game you can have on your phone.
Really?
Yeah.
It is amazing.
Is it on? So it's on mobile.
It's on mobile. I've got it. It's the full game, and it's full blown just farm simulator. Like I played it. We recently went to Fiji, and I was relaxing by the pool on a sun lounger, harvesting my parsnips. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
Something is,
Fun.
yeah, you just plant seeds, you can plant flowers, and you just wait, you got to water them and stuff like
Yeah.
that.
I
Like,
think I need to play this actually.
you should get it on your phone.
Yeah.
It's the best because it's like, and it's for. I'm showing everyone right now. You're listening right now, but here's my farm, and it's got sprinklers and stuff, and there's my farmer.
Yeah.
and you have
Fun,
to like,
yeah.
It's really laid back fun. So
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Very good.
Thanks for the review.
my wife gave it 4.5 out of 5 pumpkin spice lattes. That's the range for a cozy game.
wow.
Love
4.5 out of 5.
Wow.
Actually, wife reviews or partner reviews. I like this.
That's a good idea. We could do that, especially with Lucy who hasn't played much. And
Yeah,
then if she
'cause
plays a game,
She'll be like,
interesting.
nah, it was boring, lame.
I just wanted to make wallpaper.
Yeah. She doesn't speak like that. All right, so to finish things off for today's podcast, team, I've decided to do another RPG-themed discussion. Basically, if the level cap is 20, which is the level cap in Fallout 3 and also Fallout New Vegas, which I like to go on, a few weeks ago we did our special stats, stamina, perception, blah, blah, blah. Those were all from Fallout as well.
And we're all incredibly kind to each other.
We definitely were. Oh, yeah, that was funny. I'm going to go back and listen to that on the way home, actually. So the other thing is there's a max level of 20 until you get the DLC, which bumps it up to 30. But I was just like, you know what? If we're in real life, which we are, and we had RPG stats, what level would we be at right now?
That's fair.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
I feel like we're all in our 30s now, and I feel like 30s is the real meat and potatoes of your life. It's where you get a lot of shit done.
Yeah.
You're not as useless as you were in your 20s.
Agreed.
You're not super old yet, I hope.
Yeah.
Still a lot left, I hope. So I think I have figured out where I am roughly in life, okay? My
Okay.
current level. So have you guys had to think about this? Do you
I've had
know-
a think.
Yeah,
Okay.
I've had a think. Yeah.
All right, well, Ellie, we'll start with you. What level do you think you are now?
Okay. I think I'm on level 8.
Right. So you're level 8, okay?
Yeah, why?
No, that's
Have
all good.
I missed the mark real
No,
bad?
no,
Okay,
there's
so-
no right or wrong answer.
Okay, I think I'm on level 8 according to my sort of like perception of this question.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I'm interested to hear what you guys are.
Yeah, that's right. Guy, what do you think you are?
I've put myself down as a level 12.
Level 12. Nice.
Interesting. Okay,
But
yeah.
the thing is, something in my list, and we'll go through them maybe later, is something that would make sense that I've leveled up, and then there's some other things I'm like, is there enough XP in that for that to be a level up? But
I
we'll
see.
I think in RPGs you get gradual XP just for doing everyday stuff. So you
Yeah.
gather and you go up levels without even realizing.
Yeah.
So I am obviously the cocky one of the group. I think I'm level 14.
Oh, yeah?
Because
No,
I think
it's not
30
probably-
is where you do most of your stuff, and then after that, once you're in your 40s, you're sort of family and chilling
Yeah.
based on what you've set up.
So that's what you think. You've kind of gone like, once you hit 40, it's sort of like, you've leveled to 20 now,
Well,
and now you're just
I'm just enjoying.
coasting.
Now you'll be leveling up like once every like 5 years.
Well,
you
max is 20. I want to be as close to 20 by the time I hit 40,
Yeah.
so that I can just chill and be level 20 for the rest of my life.
I understand. Yeah, okay.
So that's what I think anyway. So obviously, Ellie, you got a lot of growing up to do over the
I
next year.
really do.
You need to have some rare candies or something. That's a Pokemon reference. So I figure we should go through our lives and figure out the pivotal moments that saw us go up a level.
Okay.
All right. So level 1, I was born. Everyone's level 1 when they're
You gave
born.
yourself
Love
a
it.
point for being born.
You're also level 1 when you're born.
Okay, so I'm level 9 then.
so
I've
I'm
just
level
decided.
13.
Yeah,
Oh.
okay. No, keep going. No, sorry, we shouldn't shit on it. Yeah, keep going.
Well, I mean, I grew from a speck in my father's eye
Yeah,
to
but you
being...
did nothing for that.
Yes, I did. It was quite an arduous journey to get there. So I'm born level 1. You usually
Okay.
in an RPG, you're usually starting life as level 1.
Tell you
True.
what though,
Okay.
being the sperm that made it to the egg is the ultimate battle royale.
That is a feat, actually.
You know?
Yeah.
Out of the millions and millions of sperm,
Yeah.
So
you were the last one remaining. That's the dub right there. That's the chicken dinner.
That might be the biggest achievement you ever have, actually,
Right?
is getting life.
Odds wise,
Yeah.
UV billion.
Yeah.
So think
you
about
go.
this. Think about like all the potential partners your parents and their parents and their parents and their parents could have coupled with.
Yeah,
oh,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
now you're getting
And
real deep in it.
all of the spermatozoa that was fired out willy-nilly, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
For you to even be here, Guy,
Yeah.
I'm talking about on this podcast, is a miracle. Based on your chat.
Because we had options.
Okay, I was born and I'm level 1.
Okay.
I'm giving myself 5 levels just for reaching my 5th birthday. You do a lot of learning how to speak, how to walk, etc.
Yeah.
By the time you're 5, you're level 5, man. You can talk and you've developed the ability, I'm sure, Guy, you'll figure this out soon. You can lie. You can make decisions and all sorts of stuff.
Yeah.
It's more credit to your parents, but
Yeah, well, come on, man. Stop trying to steal the credit away from me, all right? Okay, when I was 5, I also played my first ever game of rugby.
Yes, yeah.
Which here in New Zealand back then is the equivalent of playing like American football, I guess, if you're in the States or whatever. I've decided I didn't go through my exact levels. Or did you do all of your levels to get where you are?
I just wrote down things that I've done.
Yeah,
and then I
same.
counted each one as a level.
Cool.
Yeah.
And only 12 things popped up in your entire life. Holy shit.
Yeah, well, I didn't give myself things that I can't take credit for, like being born.
When I was 7, I ate an apple. 1 level. No, that's not true. So, 5th birthday, I think I'm level 5 because I made it there. And I also started playing footy for the first time. I think I went up a level, and I'm just being generic here. There'll be a few things I gloss over. I went up a level at 10 when I won the speech competition at school.
Nice.
Doing a speech on the endangered New Zealand native parrot, the kakapo.
Oh, nice.
Is that still around or is it gone?
Based on my speech, there were 84 of them. I think they're increasing in numbers.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah,
Yes,
so
thank
Because
you,
of
Doc.
that speech.
Yeah.
Because you created awareness.
I touched
Exactly.
a lot of
Yeah.
minds and hearts with that speech.
Yeah.
I went up a level at 12 years old because my first pash.
Oh, yeah. That's a
yeah,
classic. That one.
Yep.
Yeah.
I was I'm not going to do my joke I was going to do there. I'll just pass by that one.
Oh, dang. No, I want to know what it was.
Last week we talked about how you want to be a stand-up comedian, so use us as a
test
soundboard.
it out, bro.
Fine.
Uh-oh.
Okay. At 12, I went up. It's my first pash.
Oh, no. It's inappropriate, isn't it? It's inappropriate.
It was with the guy's mum. That's why I didn't want to do it. It's too low-hanging fruit. Okay, all right.
Okay, nice.
Keep that one for the stand-up list.
Yeah. I'll save that for on stage. Everyone will be like, oh, who's Guy? Anyway, I went up a level at 15 when I had my first job. All right? I was a shoe salesman in a sporting goods store. At 15, I was getting $7 New Zealand an hour.
Oh, yeah.
That is bad, by the way. I went down a level at 18 because I met Guy. That was the joke I was working on out there.
I like that one.
That
Yeah.
was the joke that I laughed at when I...
Yeah, that was good. That was worth the wait.
I didn't actually, guys.
Oh, what?
Went down 2 levels. No, I didn't. At 21, I got a degree.
Nice.
Sure, it was a degree in doing radio, whatever that means.
Communications degrees are kind of...
broadcast comms.
I mean, I got one.
Still a degree, mate.
So I went up there at 21. I think I went up quite a few levels during my 20s. And at 31, I got married. I think I went up a level there, I have to say it. And then I think I went up 2 levels when we started the ECG podcast.
Nice.
Oh, boom.
Yeah, so currently at level 14. Hopefully a few levels still to go. That's
I
me.
see.
Very good.
Nice.
Very good.
Okay.
So Ellie, you go next.
All right. Okay. So I was sort of the opinion that I was only level 1 up until I was 5. That was sort of like,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
you're right. You've made me rethink it because there's actually a lot of development that goes on up
Yeah.
to 5. You walk and you talk. So maybe I would be higher than an 8. But anyway, I did that. And then I've done graduating primary school, intermediate, and high school as like 3 levels.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah,
just
yeah,
like each one, boom, 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 done. Playing my first game of netball, another sport, and athletics, just sport was just another
great.
level of just doing sports.
Yeah.
You know, getting some awards at school. I counted that as another level. We're up to 7-ish. Then I also had my first job.
Yep.
Another level. University, another level.
Yep.
And then finished my flatting, like living with other people.
Oh,
I feel like
yeah.
that's a graduation where you're like, oh my gosh, I have my own home now, and
Yes.
I'm with my partner. That was a level. And also, I guess buying a house would be a level too.
Oh my God, those are 2 great levels.
Yeah. So that's another level. Now I'm using track. I'm definitely above 8 now, I think.
No, you're at least 13. I think you're the
Yeah.
same level as I am.
Thank you. I also counted a level like your first knowledgeable, embarrassing moment where you're like, that really like
Well, you learn a lot.
traumatized me. What's that?
You learn a lot from those moments, don't you?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
What was that moment?
Look, there's a couple actually that spring to mind. So maybe that's another 2 levels.
You don't have
I mean,
to
I
do it.
can. It's just we'll just open a can of worms. No,
Right.
one. I'll just say one is peeing my pants on stage in Year 9 in the school musical, and then the other one is when I shat on a floor at a party. At a party.
right.
Yeah, guy that story?
I met Ellie. We were both working for a radio station, and we were like, you know, we're the people that would drive around in the cars and give away like movie tickets and stuff. And it was literally the first time meeting Ellie, and we were just chatting away, and she just told me a story within about half an hour of meeting her about how she went to fart at a party, and it wasn't a fart, and she shat on the floor. And then everyone in the party's like, what's going on here? And Ellie's just on hands and knees trying to clean up.
It's a true story, and I could go into detail, but Chris looks like he's about to vomit, so we won't go there.
No, I'm not. That's brilliant.
Oh yeah, I can tell you the full story at some point. So
We'll make it a DLC. We'll make it a.
You'll make it a private. Yeah,
We'll start a Patreon just for that story.
For that story.
Gosh.
So yeah, embarrassing moments I thought would level you up. You know,
Totally.
That's trauma.
You survive from it. You learn.
Exactly.
Makes you stronger.
Exactly. And
Now I wear a nappy.
and then I felt like getting my cats was up a level. I got pets. I became like a cat mum.
They're alive.
Yeah, exactly. But I think there's still things left to go, and I think one of them is finding myself. You know what I mean? Like,
Wow,
I
that's
feel
level
like
20.
Yeah, I feel like there's actually a lot more to go. The reason I went with 8 is because I was like, hopefully I live till 90. I'm 31, so I'm only like a third of the way through my life, ideally.
Smart.
But I agree with you, Chris, that you'd probably do more in your younger years.
Now get it all set up.
Yeah, exactly. But I still think that there's points to be earned for me for traveling, learning more about myself, and maybe having a life.
Maybe, only maybe.
Maybe. I haven't decided on the life thing yet. But having a family, maybe.
Yeah.
And then the other one is actually, it's quite a grim one, but you got me thinking about life, Chris. It's quite a deep, but going through severe grief. I haven't had severe grief in my life, and I feel like that's
a good one.
Shaping as a person, and I haven't hit that level yet, and I'm really scared about it.
So am I actually.
Yeah.
I'm the same.
Yeah.
Severe grief hasn't really struck me yet.
Yeah, I think that's a scary one. But then also, you know, I feel like life's all about shelter, warmth, love, life experience, and relationships. And, you know, I think I've clocked all of those.
Well done. This would be a real nice moment if a minute ago we had to talk about you pooing on a floor.
She's trying to get some points back, isn't she? Get all deep and meaningful on it. Well,
That's great.
That is great. What a life.
What a life.
What a life. All
So
right.
when I wrote it into the group chat, like, oh, we should do this, I was just sort of thought it would be funny.
Yeah, no, so I went really deep on it, eh?
No, but that was the other thing is Pugs, who's out in the office there, he produces our radio show every day. He was leaving, like, what are you guys talking about on the potty tonight? And I was like, oh, I've got one about what level you are in life and what moments in your life you leveled up. He's just like, that's super existential, man. Nice.
Yeah, that's exactly.
And then he left, and I was like, well, I wasn't going for that, but I think it is.
It is. That's what I took it
I
as.
just want to make a joke about Guy's mum.
Yeah. All this other stuff is just noise to get to that joke.
I'm building a whole segment around a joke about Passion Guy's mum.
Guy, what do your levels look like?
All right. Well, I've thrown in maybe a couple extras since we started this chat.
Okay.
But let's just get the big three. House, wife, kid. Right?
Yeah, you've got some big ones there.
Level
yeah,
up.
yeah.
I got a degree,
Nice.
and then I've paid off my student loan.
Oh, that's another one I missed.
Wow.
You
I
know?
think I might need to increase the level cap to 30.
Maybe, right?
There's a lot going on, eh?
Paid off the student loan. I'm a stay-at-home dad who gets to have lunch with the girls during the week, right? I've got a pretty sweet setup.
Love
Yeah.
that.
Like,
yeah.
I play golf every now and then.
Yeah.
I do a podcast with my friends every week.
Yeah.
And I get to go and have brunch with the girls. right?
Nice.
You know, while my wife earns the money.
Love that.
Which is great. That's a level up that's happened over the last year.
Yeah.
I've never broken a bone in my body.
Really?
Neither have I.
Never broken a bone.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Because
I'd say that is a good level to.
I've
yeah.
broken a toe. One of my small toes I've broken, and that's it. So
Okay, yeah, I mean,
that doesn't count, though.
yeah,
But that's
we won't
impressive.
count that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
nice.
I've high-fived David Hasselhoff.
You know,
Nice.
that's upper.
Right.
Yeah, that's a level.
I've high-fived him on a beach
The
as
Hoff?
well. The Hoff
That's
on a
pretty cool.
beach. Right after he came in on like a surf life-saving boat and beached up onto the beach, and the Baywatch music
Oh,
was playing
that's
in the
cheesy.
background.
Yeah. Okay.
Right?
Brilliant.
That's cool. That's iconic.
Right?
Nice.
I lost my virginity while the Simpsons movie was in the background, and it was the Spider Pig scene. That was
so
my
that was singing.
that was my virginity moment.
Spider
Wow.
Spider Pig
Goes wherever.
And let's just say the scene lasted longer.
Yes.
I did a flawless bro handshake with my cool barber right after he did my haircut.
Oh,
right?
did you nail
He's
the top?
he's a cool barber. We had a good conversation. I paid. See ya, bro.
Oh,
Out of there. I didn't acknowledge it. It was this flawless pop.
That's so cool.
For me
bro.
being a pretty lame white dude,
That's so cool.
that's like winning the freaking Super Bowl.
I love how
That's so funny.
half your levels so far are handshake related. This is great.
This is a kind of a weird one, but I got a private message from a stranger on Xbox Live while playing Battlefield 1
right.
Oh.
saying that I am an amazing medic. right? So on Battlefield
wow.
1, different classes that you can play as. If you play as the medic, it means that you can run around with a
reviving
syringe.
people, yeah.
And when people are down, you give them, right? And there was this one game I was playing, and I was just on a heater. I was just running around, killing people while also giving life. Syringing people left, right, and center. And that's just playing a game well. But it was what I take away from it is that when you message somebody on Xbox Live, this was like 2018, is that this person would have had to remove themselves from the game, and they would have had to type it out. Like they
With
went
a
to
controller.
with a controller.
It's a lot of effort.
Individual letters and stuff to give me a compliment. I thought that's pretty cool.
Yeah, nice.
Thank you to that man, whoever you are.
Level up.
I clocked Halo 2 on Legendary.
Nice.
That's pretty hard,
That's
considering when I was playing it, I was like 13.
Well done.
Did you get the platinum?
My daughter said dad first.
Oh, that is
When
pretty
you're a
cool.
parent, that is a level.
When you're a parent.
That's pretty cool.
So she said dad first. You don't say it to your wife.
No.
because, it's kind of like a bragging thing.
Like, you can do
But
it,
also,
yeah,
she
yeah.
said dad, big moment. Then she would point at another person and say dad. And then she would point to the dog and say dad. And I was like, cool, it's kind of worn off now, but I
Yeah, but
still get that moment.
She said
But
it, yeah.
To be fair, she's only level 1, so.
Yeah, she's almost level 2. And then the last one, I changed lanes on the motorway on the way here, and I didn't drive over the cat's eyes.
Oh, that's hot.
A crisp
Yeah.
lane change.
Yeah.
I think I've only done that once.
Right?
that's
it happened on the way
hard.
here. And I was like, I leveled up! So,
Hard to do.
Damn.
there we
Wow.
go. So I think that works out to be like 13, 14.
Okay, so we're quite similar in the end.
And I
We've
think
worked
the
out.
rest of my levels are probably going to be Spotify buys this podcast for millions.
Yeah.
And then I get to walk my daughter down the aisle.
What about
Aw.
fist bump
That's cute.
Obama and a close personal relative dies?
Yeah. And then I'm level 20.
Anyway, hilarious gaming chat will resume on next week's episode. Sorry about that, guys.
All right. Well, after that really unintentional deep chat, we're heading off now.
Yeah.
I was going to go home, hug my wife.
Yeah.
I'm going to go home and sit in the shower cross-legged. Is that weird?
No, that sounds quite comfy actually.
Yeah, it is
Yeah.
cozy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
cozy.
Yeah, there you
Cozy.
go.
Speaking of cozy, what are you playing this week, guy?
I will be playing Fae Farm.
Nice.
Thoroughly enjoying that game, so I'll give you an update on that next week. I'll play more Ghost of Tsushima. And I've been playing, I mentioned it last week, Plague Inc. or Plague Incorporated,
Yes.
the game where you create a virus to
Yeah.
take over the world. What I didn't mention last week is that I was yet to actually play a game to completion because it's actually, for me, quite hard. Because when you make a virus, the world tries to stop the virus. And every single time I played it, the world stopped my virus. I was like,
They went into
"God."
lockdown and gave masks to people and stuff. I
Right?
see.
So
yeah.
I was playing it the other day, and it was getting to the point of no return. I was like, I'm about to end the planet. And then because I haven't played that game, because I used to play it years ago, but I haven't played it to completion since post-COVID. Once I saw the world's numbers dropping and infected and more people dying, because this is the first time since COVID, I got really sad.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, I'm playing just a simulation game, but because COVID has happened and we lived it,
yeah.
it actually became really real to me,
Guy.
and I stopped playing it. I was like, I
Guy.
don't
I
want
can't
to
do
play
it.
this anymore.
Guy.
This isn't funny.
Okay, guys, seriously, what you need to do is you're currently playing Fae Farm
Which is deliciously cozy.
and a horrific Plague game.
Yeah.
Can you just meet in the middle and play a regular game, please?
I'm dropping Plague. I'm not going to do it anymore.
Yeah.
Actually, a real
Yeah.
cool thing about it is that you can, on the game, I've recently found out that the people who own and created the game donated $250,000 towards the COVID-19
Oh, that's
relief
cool.
fund.
Oh,
so
that's nice.
That's cool.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm going to stop playing.
Yeah, that's grim, bro.
Because once I killed the planet, I was in bed as well. I was like, I don't feel good. I don't want to play this.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay, so no play game.
No Plague.
Yeah.
Plague's out.
All right, Chris. What are you going to play?
I've got a busy week this week. I'm going away for 5 days. So
yeah.
we'll be playing plenty of golf, which is good, but also I will try to squeeze in some Witcher for the podcast for work reasons.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, bit of research.
Yeah,
nice.
and I will be playing The Witcher for the foreseeable future. I reckon another month.
Yeah, right. There's a lot of hours to get through. Are you going
Yeah.
to platinum it again? Or are you going to like?
Yeah, I will
You're going to be
actually.
ticking off every box.
Yeah, which I do naturally anyway.
Of
but
course. Sorry.
Yeah. So
Sorry, I
all good.
questioned it.
Yeah.
Of course.
All good, Ellie. What
Can
are
you
you
platinum
playing?
a game that you've already platinum though? Because one of you have all of your previous history.
Yes, and then when I put the disc in and updated to the PS5 version, all the
Oh,
trophies were
yeah,
now
right. Sorry, yeah.
gotten. So it's been great fun actually.
Nice.
Yeah. What about you, Ellie?
I think I will play some more It Takes Two because I didn't actually get a chance to play that this week and I missed it. I did, but I also think I'm going to keep playing a bit of Detroit Become Human in bed because it's really nice.
You don't have to do anything you don't want to do as well. Like if you want to guess It Takes Two, you do it.
No, I don't want to guess.
No,
I do want to. I want to find out what happens. I really do. Like I actually do.
I don't believe you.
Why do you not believe me?
I don't know. I don't think you're going to do it. I don't think you will, but I hope you do.
Okay, all right. We've got it on the record that you think I won't.
Yeah.
I
love
think you
that,
will.
okay.
Also, what's good about
Thank
Takes
you.
Two is that it genuinely takes two. So unless your partner Sam runs out of gas and he doesn't want to do it, then I feel like Chris's theory might come true. But
Yeah, right.
if Sam's still full of fizz and you're half fizz, then that's still 1.5 fizz
Yeah.
needed.
Okay.
good shit,
We've
guys.
lost our fizz,
I've
so we
run
better
out of
go.
fizz.
Thank you for listening as always, and you can follow us on Instagram, Extremely Casual Gamers Podcast, and in there's a link tree if you'd like to follow us on TikTok and YouTube as well. And message us, participate. We'd love to hear from you.
Yeah.
And shout you out in the show.
Also, individually as well, Chris Key and Zed, Ellie on the tally,
Nice, yes.
Guy Mansell.
That Mansell
guy.
That Mansell guy, that's right, on Instagram there. So if you want any... Well, the reason why I say that is because I've been direct messaged a lot of Witcher stuff, and I feel like if it goes to the ECG podcast, it's not going to come to me.
Yeah, right, I
You'll be
see.
like, what does this mean?
Yeah, I'll just delete it.
Yeah.
So, boring.